And a very good morning. Now this is probably going to be the final video on the old belfry project, because we've come to an end now with this particular one. A couple of bits and pieces to do today, some of nothing. Get the planks down, get down the bits of stone from yesterday's little tete-a-tete with the louvres. There's some cherishing sheets that I need to take off, and a few of the tacks that I put in to hold them up, just to pull out. Tiny bit of pointings around some stone on the other side. 2-minute job, basically. And that's it. We're done. Now they do want some extra work doing inside, which is going to involve going up the inside of the belfry there. There's a couple of bricks to change in the stairwell, and a bit of mortar to put around one of the window frames, so they can decorate in the ringing room, which we'll possibly have a look at doing tomorrow, being Friday. Right, well, let's crack on with today, Thursday, and bring this job to a conclusion. It's been a job and a half, but it's been really enjoyable doing it. Like we said right at the beginning, there was going to be 2 of us on it, Dave and myself, but sadly Dave passed away, so I've managed to crack on and get it done by myself. Had the odd day with Chris coming in, but not too often. Right, well, it's Monday morning, bank holiday, typical British bank holiday weather-wise, heavily overcast, looks like rain. So what are we doing? Well, we're finishing off some of these bits that need attention. Because this week is hopefully the last week on this project, and then we can get on to pastures new. So what I'm going to have to do now is climb down about 6 lifts to go and get a hammer and bolster to cut down this brick. Yep, I didn't realise I needed cutting. However, there is one over the other side I can put in. So I'll get that out of the way first. As usual, there's a helicopter going over. Rather low today, that. And very noisy, as you probably heard. Right, so we've got this one brick here. I'm just going to bed her in. Usual procedure, and then take the climb down again. 3rd time I've been up and down today. That it is Monday though. You're allowed to forget things on Mondays. Well, I did worked all day Saturday and Sunday at home. She wanted a big area of the patio digging up and some new drains putting in, because obviously the dogs use it to go for a bit of a wee, and it was all gathering to one corner, which wasn't very nice actually. So what I've done is I've taken all the York stone flagging up, put in a new drain, or extended the drain, so it's now got 2 gullies rather than 1 at 2 different points in the garden. Right, so that's in there. Of course, I've not brought a handboard up either, or a hawk, as some of you like to call them. I call it a handboard myself. It's a board and it goes in your hand. Okay, so right, so as usual, what we're going to do here, we're going to push plenty of mortar in that top there. Even if it takes you a week to do it, don't matter. You've just got to get it full. Don't worry about how long it takes. Getting the job right is more important. Yeah, so I'm hoping to get it finished this week. I really, really need to get off here. One, because the project needs finishing, and two, for my own damn sanity. You know, they're exciting at first, these jobs, when you start them, and then you get towards the end of them, and you just want done and away. You know, it's the same old every day. You're climbing up this damn scaffolding, and weather's against you, and, you know, what can you do? You just got to keep going until it's done. Quite heavy yet, this. I use a lot of the stuff. So now I've got to climb all the way down to go and get a damn hammer and chisel to do this little bit down here that we're doing. A bit in the corner there. Yeah. Right, I'll put you over there. And I shall climb down now. I'll go and get this hammer and chisel back up. Thank goodness. Oh. Okay, so as you can see, that brick is too long. So I'm going to allow the bed marker up there. That's woke everybody up on this bank holiday Monday. There we go. Nice cut. Right, so what you do, obviously, that's the corner. So you cut edge. Must be where your perp's going. Right. A little bit of crap on the back. Just get off there. And the old brick hammer. Old brick axe. And of course, I've been all the way down. Hammer and bolster. What did I forget? Yep, the little hawk. Right, getting plenty packed in there as usual. Tomato sandwiches today for lunch. I've went and harvested a few tomatoes out of the old greenhouse. Got some nice little, well, I suppose they're like cherry tomatoes, slightly bigger, but really tasty. So, tomato butties. I was going to put a bit of cheese on, then I thought, no. That'd be getting too sort of, you know, sophisticated there. Bit of cheese on it as well. Well, we're nearly there, and just enough mortar left in the bucket to do a little bit of a brick slip. I'm going to put in just at the other side of where we are now, just down the lane, so to speak, just down the scaffolding a little bit. It's a half which has lost its face, or a lot of its face, and I don't want to take it out in full for the simple reason right next to it is the ring bolt for holding up the scaffolding. So I don't think it'd be advisable to start pulling out bricks right next to the thing that's holding the damn scaffolding up. Would not be a good idea. Right. Anyway, there we go. That's back together again, as you can plainly see. So the next bit, let's take you for a walk down here. And they've still not connected the clock up yet. Ones are looking well though. Now it's just down there. I don't know if you can see it. I'll try and get you in there. Yeah, just in the corner there is where I'm going to put the brake slip. right next to it, there is the ring bolt holding the scaffolding up. I mean, there are several of them, don't get me wrong. You know, it's not just one. I mean, on this lift, you've got 3 alone running down here. Have a peep down there. So yeah, I don't want to chop out a full half there, because this is on the corner and everything. You know, it's like a weak point, I suppose. So we've got to be careful what we do. Right, I'm going to go and grab my tools. Okay, so that's basically what we've got there. It's just one of the new bricks, bit of an offcut, and I've got to get it in there. So what I'm going to do is trim a bit off it. Like so. Okay. And then we trim a bit more off because it doesn't fit. There we go. Let's see if that will go in there now. Oh, not quite. Want a bit off the back of it. Bit off the back there. Let's have another try. It's only a slip that's going in there, you know, it's not... There we go. Strain it up a little bit. Right. Okie dokie. I know you can't actually see down there at the moment because it is actually below. Technically it's on the next lift, but it's easier to get it from this lift. So once it's in, I'll show it you anyway. It's, there's nowhere that I can put the camera to show you because there's a big drip mould on the church, big stone mould in there below us, so I can't put the camera there, and obviously I can't have it floating because I don't think they've invented a floating camera stand yet. Tripody thing. Oh, she's lovely. She's in. That's better. Okay, so give me a quick look. There we go. That's there. So I'm just going to chuck a bit of mortar around it now. You know, the old need the handboard up here, don't I? No, it's like 4 ladders. No, it's not. It's more. It's 6 ladders to go down from here, just to go and get the little hawk. So I took everything down. You see, because we're working down, well, more or less at ground level with the last few bits we did. So everything went down there. Right. Well, I don't think you've been down here. Come on down, have a look. This is sort of like in the valley of the church roof, and a little bit up there has been missed. Just a bit of a joint there, and then this stonework all needs a bit putting in the joints. So that's the next little bit. And I've still not got a handboard, of course. Oh, I do need to go down and get one. Just shout if you see anything I've missed. I need to come up here with the old cleaner stuff, the old acid. There's a couple of bits where it needs attention. Off there. That's what we dropped on before. God, that plank nearly went. Yep, that's yeah. That was an awkward moment then. that plank shifted. I think it's because I've moved it to access lower down, so I need to put that back. Because that was definitely crop yourself factor 10. It's quite a drop there, you know. You fall down there, you're not going to be opening your parachute, so you. There's Dan just below us. Morning, then. Morning. Right. The brake work that we did the other week, and obviously the freshly painted windows. I don't think there's anybody in the old bell tower today working. I think they're all off. We'll have a quick look at the piece of stonework that we did as well while we're up here. There you go. That's that new piece that we shaped, cut, worked, whatever you prefer, and fitted, along with its nice shiny new brickwork. And that side obviously just pointed up. Right, let's go down. Now then, this is the last bit of the actual pointing itself, barring any little bits of snagging. And it's down there. It's only a tiny bit, but it's so awkward to get to. What I had to do is drop the plank down to some not very safe scaffold. The reason it's not very safe is because we're not actually supposed to be dropping planks down onto it, but it's the only way to access that bit. Excuse me, frogging throat. Right, let's scrap down there and see if we can't get this bit pointed up. I've decided to take the plank out to get that one little bit down there. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to squeeze myself in between scaffold tubes and kind of sit on the naked scaffolding with no plank to get that little bit there. Now, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to film this dodgy bit for you because, as you can see, upside down there, we're actually sat on the roof, so I can't set the camera up. So I do apologise for that, but you can see what I'm up against. And we're done down there now. And that's the last of the actual pointing. Like I said, we've just got a bit of snagging to do now. And we're done. So I'm just going to drop this cherishing sheets down again and give them a wetting up. And then we'll continue going and doing the bits of snagging. What we're going to be doing here now is using the old vinegary trick. Because these little cobbles here are a bit dirty. Because what's happened is, when we did it, it chucked it down. It wouldn't chuck it down when we did it. It was, once it were done, it chucked it down. So it's washed a lot of the mortar onto the cobbles, unfortunately. The joys of working outdoors. Well, this stuff is just a very mild acid. And what it'll do, it'll just eat that smear off them cobbles. I'm not bothered about getting them perfect. You know, wind and weather will do that over time. As long as from down there they look a bit more respectable than they do now, I'll be happy. That's the problem when you're working with lime, because it just basically it takes that long to actually set in and become sort of rainproof, so to speak, that if you do something and it rains, you can have problems. I mean, it did have cherishing sheets on it, etc., etc., but wind, rain, sheets blowing about, and it just smeared it all over the cobble. All part of the job. But this is just all the bits of snagging, just things like this that you end up having to do, because you know, they're paying a lot of money for this, and you want it right for them. You know, a little bit gone on the brick there, for example. We'll just put a bit of this stuff on there and that bleed that off. I mean, up here it looks horrible, looks terrible, but once it's had this bit of a clean, and you know, you're looking up from down below, it'll look quite smart. These things happen. It's unavoidable. Got old British weather. And of course, we've got to get back to the old Lytham Hall at some stage as well, even if it's just for a couple of days, just to move it on a bit more. It's been difficult this year to get there because, one, the weather's been atrocious. For two, we've had two big jobs on this year, which is this and the trawl boat in, and chewed up a lot of time between them. You know, it's like the whole of the summer on two jobs. I'm not complaining, you know, don't get me wrong, but doesn't leave you much time for out else. I mean, Trawlboat Cottage is nowhere near done. You know, we've got all the back to do. I would imagine it's going to involve a bit of lime render as well on the back, because it's been rendered, a cement render on part of it, and we want it taken off. I think we want it to try and take it back to brick and restore it. Now, that'd be great if I could, but I have a funny feeling that ain't going to happen. So probably end up lime rendering it, which won't be this year because we've run out of time this year. So that'll be a project for next year. The pointing, I'll probably just get away with that because I can put a bit of stone dust in the gear and make sure there's like double cherishing sheets on it, etc., just in case there's a light frost. But we get into that midwinter and it's dropping down to well below freezing at night. We can't be doing anything to do with lime that's external. Internal stuff will be fine because the cottage is lived in, so the heating will be on. Well, that's not going to be a problem. I mean, to be honest, it'd be quite pleasant for a change. Not being freezing cold in the middle of winter every day. I mean, we did cottage out for young David last year. Went past it, and although it was indoors, it was still damn cold in there. I've not heard from you for a while, David. Please get in touch. Well, it's starting to look better already, those. We're going to give it a bit of a wash down in a minute. This is a little bronze brush that I'm using here. Bronze wire brush. It just brings off them little bits of lime that you don't want on there. Little snots, as we call them. And I'll give it another do with the mild acid just to make sure. But what we're going to do now, we're just going to do a little test panel on top of the napper, or head, just generally known. Yeah, I can see that he's eating away at that muck straight away.
See, the problem that I've got up here is that it's kind of like in between the lifts on the scaffolding. It's very hard to get to it to do anything. So I can try and get this chemical to eat away at all that green that's on her, just to get her a bit cleaner than she is. And we'll give her a good hosing down. Right, so she's had a good coat on there. We get the little bronze brush now, scrub it in, and that seems to be bringing it off there. Just there, so you can see it's just bringing it off that green. Yeah, that's working nicely. That. I mean, you know, we don't get it all off. We'll get it all off. It's not a problem. It's just nice to get a bit more off it. That's all. Because this lycra will eat away at the lime. You know, that's what's been happening. It's that's what it does. Feeds on it. You know, we can get another couple of years life out of the statue. It's never a bad thing. Alright, come on, sue your teeth. That's the way. And muck out your eyes. Quite pitted into the eye there, so hard to get in with the brush. And she's coming up better now. And what I'll do, I'll give it a rinse. I'll let her dry off a bit and see if it's made any difference or not. I may need to give it a second do, just to see. Right, you just stand there for a minute while I go and get the hose. Well, that's the final wash on St Anne. She's yet to dry out, so she'll go a lot whiter than that. But we've used a lichen killer, we've used a mild acid, and obviously water, just to try and get her better than she was. Stand back a bit. You know, you can still see bits of staining on her, but like I said, we've been told not to over clean it, so I don't want to get it like absolutely spotless. But I think, you know, once it's dried out and looking up at her, she's going to look so much better, because before we started she was absolutely green with lichen, and she's showing signs of age. You know, you look at the eyes, they're starting to go deep around the eyes, and the mouth and nose are eroding away. But she's 150 years old, so she's doing well for her age. Okay, let's have a wander around up top. We've done we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've done 5 lifts that are completely finished now. Nothing more to do on them. Don't think there's anything to do on this lift either. This is the lift. Is it the lift where we did the bricks this morning? I'm not sure. No, this is the one just above St Anne. So yeah, this is completely finished as well. St Anne below. Right, so up we go again. It's nice to think that we're nearly completed on this project. It is starting to get to that point now where we've had enough of climbing the damn thing every day. Alright, so buttress there doesn't need anything. This we snagged the other day, so it doesn't need anything. Right, again, I don't think there's a lot up here, because I did come round the other day. Quite a bit. Forgotten to do that with the churning brush. Never mind. I don't think anybody will notice up here. It's not cracked anyway, so it doesn't matter. There's these joints here I don't know if we can get a bit in them. It seems like, you can see that stonework up there, look. You know, it's really eroding on the joints. That's ready for coming out. It's this damn netting, you just can't access it. That's taking the netting off. Look at that one there. You know, that's a wide open joint. I think we'll bring a bucket of mortar up here and see what we can do around here. I know there's some bits at the top level to do, because we haven't done anything up there yet. Decided to leave that now. Up we go, up to the top. Right, now then, up at the top, just got bits like that there. One there, a little bit there. So, I mean, it's not going to take a great deal of time and effort to sort these bits out. Well, what are we doing next? Gold leaf. That one's done. That's the minute hand. Now, I was going to put that on, but to do that bit there will cover up that bit there, which means I won't be able to get the gold leaf on. So I'm going to have to wait now until that's gone tacky. That could be 2 hours. So I think we might have to get up top and do a bit of pointing and come back to this. But don't worry, you won't have to wait 2 hours, because with the technology and editing, etc., I can come back to this video in seconds. Right, we're going to attempt it. Wish me luck. You watch the second I open this up, the wind will gust and blow it away. Yep, spoke too soon, it did. It did. That's the only problem with this hand being stuck. I'm going to try and gild it in position. You've got the wind against you. But, you know, what can you do? What can you do? Oh, it's all blowing away now. It's all blowing away. It's all going uphill. See the joys of restoring stuff. I mean, that's just blown out of its packaging, that piece. It's gone. It's gone. And again. Oh, we're not winning here. See, I wanted to take the hand off to gild it, but the problem is it's seized on, and this is the main clock. So at the back of this is the actual clock itself. And if I twist and damage something, well, I'm going to be in trouble. More of this blowing away than I'm using. We start to get fed up with the word northerly low. Right, well, the camera went off. Sorry about that. So we've missed a little bit of that. Spent the last 15 minutes talking to myself. But we are winning. We are getting there. As you can see. Oh, hello, beep. They're all doing stuff for bank holiday. What am I doing? Gilding a clock on a church. What would I rather be doing? Quite honest with you. Nothing. Quite happy doing this. Been left alone to get on with it. Nobody to bother me. Talking to you. Oops, that blew away. Didn't mean to. Don't worry, it won't pollute. We've got netting on the scaffolding which will stop it blowing away. But we're going to. Can you get it? Yes. Must be having a 1960s revival thing with this music festival. That's all it seems to be. Well, we can hear that Buddy Holly and that kind of stuff. I think it must be afternoon tea in the park with a bit of the old 50s and 60s music. Not really my cup of tea. I'm more of a bit of a Led Zeppelin and that kind of stuff, to be honest. Right, boys and girls, I do believe that it's on. Right, so today it's a bit of a clean up. We've got a lot of rubble to get down, sweep planks off, a little bit of acid onto the stonework just to get the splashes from the pointing above off it. There's nothing major, it's just a couple of bits here and there. To be honest with you, I've probably done more or less all of it now, which is good. Right, we'll leave you there for now, and we'll come back to you when we do something a little bit more interesting. And they're up. Now that was a task and a half. Getting those up here. All we've got to do now is fit the damn things. But the hard bit's done now, getting them up. Alright, let's try and lift this bugger in. And that's alright. Oh.
It's a case of trying to get it in without chopping my fingers.
Ooh. These are more of a chance, and I thought what's happening is the internal timber louvers are just not quite letting it go. It will go, so I've got one side in there, but it's came out when I tried to do the other side. I need to get it back up in the air now and then try and twist it in, but it can't fall down now because it's in between the mullions. Right, I'll come back to you when I've got the damn thing in, because this may take a couple of hours to get this sorted. Well, after 2 hours and a lot of swearing, it's in. Thank goodness for that. That was an absolute pig. There's a piece of timber on the inside and it got trapped on it. It's taking forever to free it off and get it in there. But it's in. Just got that one up there now. We'll take that out and then put the other one in. Might be a bit easier. It's a bit smaller, this other one. I think I possibly cut that one just a bit too tight. I mean, it's stone. It's not like it's a piece of wood and you can tap it and it'll go. You know, you're a millimetre too big and it's just going to jam up on you. But I managed to trim it in place, and then all of a sudden just bump and it went. That was it. Thank God. Oh, right, I'm going to have my lunch and then tackle this other one. Then hopefully that's it. We are finished on this job. Right then, boys and girls, that's the second louver out. Bit of a bugger to get out because somebody had used a really rich cement mortar and no more nails. So we've lost a chunk out of one of the mullions there. Not really a problem because what I can do is I can just put it back and epoxy it in. Not much more I can do with that. The other side, half of it was missing. So, yeah, I think we'll get it though. We'll get it. Might be a bit easier to put in than that bottom one as well. Right, let's do it. I've got the mortar. There's the daughter. And that's just in case you jointed it up. I brought some absolutely new off and glue that piece that came away. There's a piece of the new one in the corner. I thought it might just had a bit of a flaw through it. So it's better it coming off now rather than it filling up with water and coming off in winter and frost. So I'll epoxy that on too. Because that epoxy, it's once it gets old, that's it. It's not giving up. Can't believe how easily that went in compared to the other one. Right, I'll put that there. Got a selection of trowels, and I remembered this time. Yes, for the hand board, because it's a board and it goes in your hand. Got up a small tool, various tuck trowels, a little Roman trowel. Yeah, plenty of scope for pointing this one up. It's a prompt cement we're going to use. And the prompt cement is basically breathable, and the reason that I'm using it is because we are due to be off this job within the next few days, and obviously if I do it with lime, I'm going to have to put cherishing sheets on it and leave them for 2 weeks. So we're going to use prompt cement. It's the only way we can do it to get finished in time. So no complaints, please. Right, climb up. Oh, oh, oh. I've got to get all these planks down yet. Right, now then, let's have a look at this. Right, come over here. Come over here, come on. There we go. That's it. You stand there and you can watch what I'm doing, can't you? Nothing spectacular. We're just pushing mortar into the gaps. Make sure it's packed right in them joints. So it's been quite a journey doing these louvres. Going to the quarry and getting the stone and cutting it to shape and size and dragging them up here, and then of course the nightmare of trying to fit them. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a little bit of an angle, like a fillet on my edge there, so when the water that hits, it's not going onto this mullion and doing more erosion. It'll throw it off there. Normally I just do it a full stroke, but I'm a little bit concerned with the erosion that's already taking place on the mullions. It'll just help a bit, you know the one. But the biggest problem I've had today is I didn't overcut the size of them. They weren't too big, but they were that damn tight that there was no tolerance, no margin for error. And the inside of this particular bit is a timber frame with the timber vents on the other side, and the timber was just a little bit tight on the edge of the corners of the stone, so I couldn't quite get it in, and it was up there, so it's not like I could just trim a bit off the timber. I didn't want to drag that stone out again. It took me forever to get it up. It had been a bugger, absolute bugger. And would I do them again? Yep, I certainly would. I'd certainly change levers again. Only give a bit more clearance the next time. See, I didn't want to do them too small and have them like loose and rattling about and not a lot of bearing on edges of them. Anyway, keep the church alive for a bit longer, won't it? Right, so there we go. That's that one. Now, can I get, like a blind man pointing now, try and get some pushed in up there on the bottom of it. Take this silly thing off my head. I hate wearing them. Don't have a lot of choice though. Certainly won't be on the next job. Won't be needing one on there. Actually going in there, is it all just falling out? Oh yeah, it's gone in. It's gone in there. It's actually sat tight. So yeah, stone on that side. Oh yeah, that's good in there. Looks good. Plenty in. Don't spare the horses. Right, that is that. Mission accomplished. Right, so we're gonna joint that one up there now. As you can see, there's quite a gap there, so we can get plenty of mortar in that, just to help hold it in. And then I'll have to do a little cement repair on the other side, because quite a lot of the mullion, I don't know if I can get the camera in there. You see there, quite a lot of that mullion has actually gone. It wasn't there, it's eroded away. So I'll try and repair it with some mortar. I've got some bits of stone here as well. I might try and bed a bit of stone into it, mortar. I mean, I dare say it'll be alright, but I'd rather get somewhere in it. Okay, I'm going to come back to you in a bit. It is difficult trying to film this particular job. As you can see, I'm balanced on planks that are balanced on everything. Right, catch you in a bit. Alright, there it is. It's in, done, jointed up. That little bit of facing up I've done on the stone there, that'll go much lighter when it dries, obviously. And there's the second one. I've epoxied on that little piece that it chips off, put some tape on it, just as a temporary measure, just hold it till it sets. It'll be set in 5-10 minutes, that. And that's it. We're done. I thought we were completely finished, but Gerald's found a couple of bits of pointing he wants tackling on some of the stonework around the other side, which means taking the bird netting off, yet another set of louvres. But that's alright. Get on that tomorrow. Now I've got these done. Yeah, what a day. What a bloody day. But at the end of the day, I have enjoyed doing it. So that's all that matters. 2 brand spanking new louvres. Fresh from the quarry. In and done. And there we go. From a distance. Right, so let's gather the tools up, clean tools off. And I think we'll take the planks and stuff down tomorrow, because it has been a heavy day. I'm going to put the bird netting back on now as well, before any pigeons get in there, start causing havoc. Oh, what happened there? The sun went all yeah, look at that. That's the sun. It does actually come out sometimes. Right, we'll catch you tomorrow. I'm going to point up some of this bits of stone that are badly eroded. I've already chopped it back, so we're straight on it now. This is one of the final bits of the job. Taking the bird netting down was a pain in the you know what. I think getting it back up is going to be even more of a pain. This I know the other one was. And now I'm just going to put a little bit of mortar on this louver here, for the simple reason it's quite thin in that corner. I'm a bit concerned about it, to be honest. But we'll put a bit of this prompt cement on it just to give it a bit more life. But the whole of this section really at some point is going to need some major work doing on it. Well, this will go a nice light beige colour when it dries. So from down there you won't be able to see it's been patched, which is rather splendid. So the thing with these old buildings, you know, unless you actually get in close to them, there's bits you don't see. I mean, I've been up here for 2 months and I've never noticed how bad that was. You know, it's not until I pulled off the bird netting and had a good look round it that I realised that it's in a bit of a state. But this will protect it from more erosion for a few years. So I think we'll be all right. We'll be safe. Well, there's another bad bit I saw before. Bits of it falling off there. See, a lot of this is basically because it's such a vast amount of money to get up here. It doesn't get maintained that often. So when they do finally get to maintain it, it's some of it is beyond doing, unfortunately. I mean, ideally, once a lot of this stone up here changing, and I'm not talking about the louvres, although one or two of them that are suspect. It's more the mullions on this one that have gone. I mean, facing them up with a bit of mortar isn't going to fix the problem forever. You might get another 10 years out of it. Anyway, there we have it. All touched up, tidied up. So now I've got the horrible task of trying to get this damn bird netting back on. I'm going off putting it back yesterday. It's a pig to do. It fights you all the way. And the cable on this one is actually snapped as a cable runs through it. So it's going to make it even harder. Made it easy to get down, but it means I've got to thread the cable all the way back through everything. It's not fun. Right, so that's pretty much it for this this video now. It's been an extra long one, as we know, and that's purely because we have come to the end of this project on the old church. Been a good project, enjoyed doing it. Hopefully we'll get more bits to do in the future. I've got a couple of bits on the internal to do. I will film that, but I'll put that into a different video because this one's getting a bit long now. So, as usual, give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed. And thanks for subscribing, everybody that's subscribed recently. And we shall see you in the next video.